95.3.
It's Power 95.3, Orlando's #1 for commercial-free hip-hop. What's up? It's Ricky Padilla, and I have the lovely Somaya Reece with me.
Viva El Salvador, Somaya, la jefa, la Melu, Segunda Avenida, Boss Lady, Anaís, Lápiz Consciente, Vladi.
So let's talk a little bit about what you got going on. You're in Miami now. I saw you were doing the Calle Ocho thing.
That's right.
You're an independent artist right now?
Mm-hmm. I'm an independent artist. I'm really excited about what's going on because, you know, being an independent artist, you know, people think that, you know, it's easy and, you know, you could just get out there and, you know, make it happen. But it's not. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, talent, and people to believe in you, you know. And I got to Miami, and within the first few days, I booked my, you know, Calle Ocho with.
Now, let me tell you something. That's huge.
That is, yes.
There's
I'm
a
very
good
humbled
60,000 people at Calle Ocho.
We're watching me. Yeah. And you know, it was with Pitbull, which, you know, everybody knows Pitbull is one of my influences that I love very much, and I was very grateful for him and the record label for picking me to headline for them. And along with their other artists, I was the only person that is not on their roster. And I'm very grateful for that and very humbled by it because, you know, I'm doing everything everybody said I couldn't and that I wouldn't. And I'm doing it.
It's crazy because you've been, since the MySpace days.
It's like I'm doing better. Yeah.
You just see your progression, like you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you all doing it on your own.
And I'm doing much better without the show. Much better without the show. Is the best thing I ever did was just separate myself from that.
So when it came to season 3, and they asked you, what did you say?
I mean, I talked to Mona about it. You know, I mean, I've always been open to being on any platform that's going to help elevate me. However, Love and Hip Hop is not about elevation in a positive light. It's not going to help me. If I would have been on season 3 and I was headlining Calle Ocho, they would never put that on there because I'd be winning too hard. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing about Love and Hip Hop that is positive. There's nothing about it that, you know, is going to, I mean, it's sad to say, but, you know, I'm very grateful that I had the platform because I did what I could with it. I got out of it, you know, a lot of fans, you know, I started, even though I wasn't introduced to Love and Hip Hop, how people like yourself and the majority of my audience knows me. I started on MySpace. I was the first artist that they brought in to sign. I already had things going on, and they portrayed me as some girl that was homeless that wanted to get signed to Jim Jones, and that was never the case, ever. I already had an audience, and VH1 just helped elevate that, and I'm so grateful. And although, you know, regardless of what they did to me and how they you know, decided not to follow positive storylines, I'm so grateful for it because I got out of it what I needed to. And just like any business-minded person, when they see the ship going down, you got to get off.
So you think, okay, I feel you. You say you talked to Mona. Did you actually talk to her or did you scream her? Because last time I saw you guys speak, you called her a bitch.
I mean, you know, what I said to her was no worse than what she's been called and told on set.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just the only person that you guys got to see publicly do it. And, you know, it wasn't one of my proudest moments, but it was an honest moment. And I did not, you know, I didn't like a lot of the things that happened. And I believe if you're going to keep it real, if you're going to call it a reality show, keep it real.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of things that is just not real. You know, I didn't move to L.A., you know, how they said that I did. I never moved to L.A., never moved back to L.A. I mean, I moved back now. But, you know, I noticed that Mona had said something to the effect of that, you know, oh, you're mad because we didn't film you and your boyfriend. She never asked me that question. That question was asked when I was outside of the room, so they edited to look that way.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of things that I was like, what? That didn't happen.
That's
so
crazy.
it's you know, it's just a lot of things that, you know, again, like I said, you know, I understand that, you know, you have to have a show and you have to do what you have to do to make it popular or whatever, but that's not going to be at the expense of the hard work and the blood, sweat, and tears and being homeless for years and working hard. The 12 years that I've been working very, very hard, for them to take that away from me in 2 seasons, I was not going to let that happen.
I got you.
I was not going to let that happen.
The new season, now, it seems like some of the
four
casting,
storylines.
Yeah, some of the cast members seem to be bringing you up. When I say Erica Mena,
love it.
Erica Mena, how do you feel
They
about
have
her?
no storyline without me. That's the truth. Here's what it is, right? No matter what new cast that they get, it's the show, because of me and Chrissy and Jim Jones, big fight and everything that was going on. That's the reason why this entire brand exists. And then in season 2, when that came around and Kimbella came and brought another interesting storyline, that's why there's a 3rd season. That's why there's Atlanta. So the new cast and, the ones that are bringing up my name should actually thank me for giving them a paycheck, because they would not exist if it wasn't because of the original cast members. And I don't know why they keep bringing me up.
Why? The girl keeps bringing you up. I know you don't want to acknowledge her name.
Yeah, well, we'll just call her, the cocaine user. Okay. The crackhead. Just that's what they call her on the show. I'm not saying anything different that hasn't been said. The paid prostitute, industry prostitute. That's what they say. But I will say this is that you should not throw stones anywhere when your life isn't perfect. And if you weren't so the girl keeps saying like, I ain't worried about her, but she keeps talking about me. I'm only mentioning her because you asked me. Other than that, I have no reason to talk about her. I don't, I personally have no enemies. I have never had enemies, even when I was in gangs. People really didn't know me that well to be an enemy until I came on Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop breeds anger, hatred, women, and it's negative, and that's what they want. Being ratchet is rewarded. Being ratchet is rewarded. The more ratchet you are, the more camera time you have, and the more applause you get behind the scenes. And I would like to lead by example, and I would like to, everybody has had their moment. I have had my moments as well, but season 2, I really made it a point to show people, like, I'm growing from this. This is not my first or last stop on television. I had already been doing television before this. It just happened to be that we blew the show up so big, So, they can't stop talking about me. I'm not even on the season. I'm still existing on the season. I'm making appearances.
That is crazy, though. That is crazy. One of the things
jealous of me. I don't even know why.
I got kind of excited because I was curious to see what was going to happen. When Joe Budden got brought on, I know there was some kind of history. I don't know personally, but I from the blogs,
he's so thirsty to be on that show since season 1.
Like that.
He is a thirst bucket. Wow. Everybody knows that. This isn't something that I'm saying that's not, true, but he has been so thirsty to be on that show since season 1. I don't know why he wasn't even on it. I'm sure that, they were banking on me for being on season 3.
I think I recall you guys going at it on Twitter or something. I don't remember.
Well, he only fights with girls because he'll never fight a man ever.
Okay.
He only fights with girls. I think everybody knows that. And I'm sure he'll have a lot to say, from this interview. But I really personally, I don't have anything positive or negative to say about him except for what I have experienced. And personally, I think no man should be fighting women in general. He's thirsty, and that he's been thirsty since season 1. Since season 1, it was talked about that he was going to come on the show. Oh, wow. But I don't have any attachments to any. I'm not like all the other girls on there that are like, living under, the light of another man. I'm a solo rider. I've always been a solo rider, and so I don't know what his deal is. I don't know what he's trying to prove, but that storyline is tired.
Do you ever watch any of the episodes that are going on now?
No, the only time I have watched it is when like I get all these Twitter fans going crazy, saying, hey, they mentioned you in the show. And I just think I'm not even flattered by it. I just think it's hilarious. Like, y'all don't have storylines to a point that you have to put me in the storyline. And for people to claim all the time, like, that they don't like me. If you don't like me, my name stays in your mouth. My name stays in your mouth. I must taste good. I heard I taste good.
Oh, wow.
I just playing.
I hear that.
But that's what it is.
Do you keep in contact with anybody else from Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, I do. I talk to Emily, you know, I talked to Chrissy. I went on Chrissy and Jim's show. Me and Chrissy and Jim are at peace, you know.
That's good.
And that's something that was not shown on the show because, you know, it's too
positive. Yeah.
But me and Chrissy, you know, had put our differences aside. I think that when you grow as a person, you know, you have to let go of certain things, you know. So we could have kept going at it or let go of it. And after we discussed what was going on, you know, they were pushing her. The producers were pushing her just as much as they were pushing me. So now that we got hip to it, that's why everyone walked away.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the realest cast that they ever had was season 1 and season 2. Partially of season 2, not including the crackhead. Because those were real stories, you know, but everybody walked away because they weren't wanting to show anything real or anything that was positive, and it was just like all this crazy negativity. Like, it just turned into a big circus. Damn. It was no longer, I mean, and I'm not the person just that says it because I experienced it. I mean, the fans see it. Gotcha. I mean, I have yet to read a fan's comment that doesn't, you know, that don't always say like, yo, man, what happened to season 1, season 2? That was the best cast. People really liked, you know, me, Chrissy, Emily, Kimbella, you know, Yandy. I think Yandy is probably, Yandy's story is probably the realest thing they have right now. Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, she's going through a lot with her boyfriend and her baby. And, you know, but then again, you know, she is working for Mona, so I don't know.
Hey. It is what it is.
I ain't mad at you, Yandy. Get your paper.
Well, I am
and
glad.
L'Oreal's a good friend of mine too.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah, actually funny. Rashida, she used to be my shoe shopper. So it's kind of weird how everybody's all in but I still talk to pretty much everybody. The only person that I don't speak to is Broke Dollars.
Broke dollars.
No dollars, $0, because obviously
I gotta
they're not making money.
I cracked up when they showed a clip of him in his room. I'm not gonna lie.
I heard you living in a twin bed, dog.
I mean, you know, things are rough out there. It's rough out there.
Yo, I know what it's like to ride it out, rough out, but you know, you call yourself rich dollars and you sleeping on a twin bed, bro.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I know you gotta get ready to get out of here. The original member, Somaya Reece. Make sure you go check out her single and anything else you got. Your Twitter, you wanna let them know?
Yes, please. My Twitter is Somaya_Reece and MissReece.com. That's my website where you can see everything that's going on. I'm in Miami now. I'm doing a lot of Latin everything. So, you know, that's where I want it to be. You know, I'm definitely grinding it out, so I'm really excited.
If you're trying to keep up with me, RickyPadillaParties.com. Holla.